over here blowing the blowers and stuff. And so we're gonna do it again. We're gonna do it again. So my sister and I were on a family trip with my niece Nicole, and the resort that we're at, they were supposed to have a morning workout class, and I registered for it and everything, and no one's here. And I called. They said they don't know, that the management doesn't get in until 9 o'clock. So I'm just sitting here just reflecting, because this may be something that's going on for a lot of you all, where it seems like things that you're excited for or you're planning for, it just falls through. Like, people don't keep their words. People, you know, they say they're going to do one thing, they don't do it. They don't show up. Like, it's interesting how common that is in life, you know? And not even in that, it's a sense of like the courtesy for it. I had a situation where I had to let go of someone who I was dating because they couldn't keep their word. They would say that they're going to do one thing and they don't do it. It's like, oh, well, I'm just a spontaneous type of person and this and that. And it's like, you're not loyal then. Like, I don't know. It's something about when someone cannot keep their word. If you say that you're going to fucking do something, do it, or communicate and say that you can't do it. Or communicate that you can't do it. Where can people be directed, you know what I'm saying, and go to for that to happen? And, you know, let's get into this, because I was reading something on Instagram this morning, actually, and I don't agree with it. It was along the lines of, can we normalize that just because, like, it's less communication with them, that there's not any love lost? That's bullshit. Can we please stop doing and saying that? It's bullshit. Like, oh, well, people are going through, everyone is going through something. The thing is, they're talking to someone. They're talking to someone. It's just not you. So something has changed. I don't care what anyone has says. Sometimes I had this happen in a relationship, actually. Okay, my last relationship, I had to end it because he had an issue with everything that I have going on in my life, and he didn't have as much going on. So when we would talk, he was like, oh, well, I don't have much to really talk about or contribute to the conversation. Or I would try to have deep conversations, whatever the case is, and he didn't want to have them. Or I'll have, you know, some of my older friends, right? We didn't have similar interests anymore. So I know that certain people in communications, we stop talking as much when that interest or that mutuality is no longer there anymore. And when I'm coming to realize that, I think a lot of adults are literally like mentally, like they're not grasping something intellectually. You telling me that it's an excuse, like, oh, well, I'm going through something and that's why I ignored your text for 2 weeks. The fuck? You be on your phone every day, on Facebook, on Instagram, on YouTube. If you're going through something that bad to the point where you can't respond back to someone, you need to go to therapy or to an inpatient facility. Or stop lying and say, I just wasn't interested in responding back to you. It's not that you were going through something. It's not that this issue is going on. You do not want to talk to them. That's what it is. Tell the truth and shame the devil. You don't want to talk to them. It's nothing more and nothing less. We all go through things. We're all always going through things. And we would have this excuse all the time when I was a teacher, and I hated it. I always brought it up because we make excuses for people and it keeps them away from having accountability for themselves. So it will be the excuses of, oh, why the parents aren't coming to parent-teacher conferences. I grew up in a low-income community. Parents still came to parent-teacher conferences. Oh, well, they're stressed out and they got to work all these hours and they made the decision to have that fucking child. They made the decision to have that child. Okay, when you get off work, come. One of the parents can come. A grandparent can come. Somebody can come. You don't give a fuck. That's what it is. It's not a sense of, oh, I'm so stressed. All this is going on. You don't care about your child's education and how they're doing. You don't care to know. It's not interesting to you. It's not fun to you. And one thing I'm coming to learn is that a lot of people only want to deal with you when it's fun. They only want to deal with you when they can get something from you. They only want to deal with you when it's a benefit to them. If it's not a benefit to them, they don't want nothing to do with you. Nothing. So they're going through something and they don't want to talk to you. It's because they're jealous that they feel like you're not going through what they're going through. That's why they don't want to talk to you. Because they talking to their friends on Facebook. You know, they talking to their friends on Instagram. They're talking to their friends on TikTok, Twitter, whatever the case is. They talking to that no good relationship that they've been in off and on for years. They're consciously choosing not to talk to you. They're consciously choosing not to communicate with you. And we need to stop using that as an excuse for people of, oh, well, they're just going through things. No, you know how to communicate. You communicate when you want to communicate. You communicate with who you want to communicate with. Stop using it as an excuse. It's no longer an excuse. They know what the fuck they're doing. They know what they're doing. They know what they're doing. But the thing is that a lot of people are people collectors. Let's talk about it. A lot of people are people collectors. I had this issue with the relationship, right? So he would like not say what was bothering him. Like he'll just pull back, do certain things, right? That same thing, not communicating. Me, on the other hand, I will communicate. I will say, I'm not liking this. Let's da-da-da-da. That was an issue. A lot of people don't like people who are straightforward about things. They like people who beat around the bush because it's uncomfortable for them to be straightforward. It's uncomfortable for them to speak what they really feel, what they really want to say. Are you with me? Those type of people are weak. They lack internal confidence. They lack an internal compass. Stay away from the people who, oh, I'm sorry, it took me 2 weeks to get to your message. I've been so busy and tired. And stop giving all the fucking excuses and say that you didn't want to respond back then. Business stuff, that's a little different. But something that you call a friend, that's not your friend. Sorry to break it to you. That's not your friend. That's not your friend. And if you're someone who do that, I need you to really sit with yourself internally and see what's really going on. Because if it's too much and too overstimulating to respond to someone or call them and let them know X, Y, and Z, you need to really check in with, okay, this is where the issue comes in, okay? I see if you were always like that, right? If you were always like that. But it's the people who shift and change. And they can say, oh, I'm overstimulated, this is going on, da-da. Yeah, very much so could be true. But let's be honest about where the overstimulation is coming from. That's where we got to be honest about. Let's be honest about where the overstimulation is coming from. Let's be honest about what part inside of you made it feel like it was too much to respond to me, but you responded to them. Tell the truth, shame the devil. A lot of people don't like to confront the difficult conversations. Period. They don't. Don't let somebody play with you using that. They saw your call. They saw your text. The same way they saw that other person's call and that other person's text. It's the thing that some people only want to do fun stuff, right? Because they don't know how to manage difficult shit. They lack the capacity to manage difficult shit. So what that means is that, can you really be a good friend if you can't manage the difficulties of a friendship in that manner? Just like in the relationships when they say, oh, for better or for worse, and, you know, sickness and health and trying times, that doesn't include cheating. You'll have somebody say, oh, well, let's say we're supposed to stick together no matter what. We're supposed to work through this. We're supposed to. Do you not see the level that you went through and neglected me? And cheating is abuse, right? Do you not see the levels that you went through to do that? And now you want me to sit here and work with you to heal from something that I didn't do. So I'm being punished for your actions. No. And no. Every time when I think of I had those types of connections or something that took forever to respond back, whatever the case is because I was not really interested in talking to that person. Something else felt more important. And I'm gonna be honest, if you got someone in your life who things are that bad in their life, so they really do like you, right? But things are that bad in their life and that they can't, you need to get the fuck away from them anyway, because they're a walking red flag. They're a walking bad luck. One, two, three, four. Walking red flag and walking bad luck. Literally what it is. So if you come across those types of situations or those types of people, that's excuses. And if you find yourself in that same type of place, instead of making the excuse, be honest with yourself. Have the hard conversation. The thing is that a lot of people are afraid to have the hard conversation because they like to leave doors open. People like to leave doors open. Just in case. You know, those are the people who, like, you know, they're used to situationship type of situations. So they keep the doors open. But people wonder, they always talk about monitoring relationships and stuff, monitoring spirits. Those are the type of monitoring spirits you need to watch out for. The people who only fuck with you when they feel like they want to, or when they feel like they're good enough to mess with you. So the people only mess with you when they feel like they can afford fine dining or dessert. You get what I'm saying? You deserve better than that. You deserve someone who, while they're cooking, they can check in on you. Or even if they are going through their things and you message them, they just say real quick, hey, I can't talk right now. How difficult is that? You got on Facebook and made that motherfucking comment on that post. You retweeted that, and I don't want to hear nobody say, oh, well, we can't tell anyone what they do to make them. Stop making excuses for people. We have to stop making excuses for people, because that's all it is. It's an excuse. I don't know if y'all can hear the sirens in the background, but that's all it is an excuse. That's all it is. Don't get caught up in that. Don't get caught up in that. But, oh, that's the message. That's the message that I wanted to get out. I'm sad about my workout class. I'm just gonna go in and I guess get some breakfast or something. I was trying to wait and see if maybe they changed the time to like 9 o'clock or something. I'm gonna leave it here. Feel free to let me know down below. Have you had a situation like this? But as always be real, always be true. Don't be afraid to do what your higher self and your spirit team is calling for you to do. Period. I love you all, and I am going to see you in the next one.